Napoleon, the Bourbons, and the battle against usury. 1. France under the Bourbons. By the late 17th century, France remained Europe's dominant power, both militarily and territorially. The Bank of England, founded in 1694, was designed in part to finance England's wars against France. King Louis XIV, the Sun King, recognized the danger posed by financiers when he arrested his own superintendent of finances, Nicolas Fouquet, for corruption. Yet France soon faced financial attrition. During the War of the Spanish Succession, 1702 to 1714, England's ability to create credit out of nothing allowed it to bankroll alliances. A string of mysterious deaths among Louis's heirs left him politically weakened, and the Treaty of Utrecht, 1713, ended hostilities with France holding its ground but depleted. Footnote: England's credit-based finance enabled it to outlast France's resource-driven system. 2. The rise and fall of the Banque Royale. In 1716, John Law, a Scottish adventurer, established the Banque Générale, modeled after the Bank of England. By 1718, it was reconstituted as the Banque Royale, empowered to issue notes exchangeable for gold. Initially, prosperity surged. But in 1720, rumors, likely encouraged by English rivals, triggered panic when the bank faltered in redeeming notes for coin. Government decrees devalued notes by 50% and replaced them with state bonds, also reduced in value. By November, the Banque Royale collapsed, and Law fled. For the Bank of England, this was less a banking mishap than a geopolitical victory. Footnote: the Banque Royale's failure cemented England's supremacy in credit finance. 3. Napoleon the monetary reformer. Napoleon Bonaparte, ascending to power in 1799, grasped the hidden power of money. He declared, "Money has no motherland, financiers are without patriotism." Determined to free France from perpetual debt, he rejected loans for ordinary expenditure, insisting that borrowing only bred servitude. His economic philosophy prioritized agriculture, the soul of the people, industry second, and foreign trade a distant third. Loans for consumption were forbidden. Debt, he believed, was a poison administered by bankers to capture nations without armies. Footnote: Napoleon's rejection of loans made him an enemy of the international banking order. 4. The Banque de France. Napoleon's first act as first consul was the creation of the Banque de France, 1800. This replaced a cluster of private financiers and limited their control. The bank's dividend to shareholders was capped at 6%, later raised, but Napoleon insisted it served both state and people. The bank does not belong to the shareholders only, it also belongs to the state. In 1803, rival note-issuing banks were abolished, consolidating monetary sovereignty. Napoleon personally oversaw the treasury, blocking speculation. His insistence on a single state-backed institution made the franc the most stable currency in Europe. Footnote: the Banque de France was an assertion of state over private banking interests. 5. Continental conflict and financial warfare. Napoleon's monetary independence drew swift retaliation. England, with the backing of its bankers, financed coalitions against France. In response, Napoleon sold Louisiana to the United States in 1803, raising funds without debt. His Continental Blockade, 1806, sought to strangle English trade, aligning briefly with Russia through the Treaty of Tilsit, 1807. Yet Russia's defection led to Napoleon's disastrous invasion of 1812, leaving his army decimated. Defeats at Leipzig, 1813, and Waterloo, 1815, the latter financed on all sides by Nathan Rothschild, sealed his fate. His suspicious death on St. Helena in 1821 bore traces of poisoning, a grim reminder of how often monetary reformers died violently. Footnote: Napoleon's downfall illustrates how wars served as tools for the banking order to reimpose usury. 6. Achievements of Napoleonic finance. Despite ultimate defeat, Napoleon's economic reforms transformed France. With low interest or interest-free credit, France built over 20,000 miles of roads, 1,000 miles of canals, harbors, schools, and monumental public works. He established an industrial board, lycées for science and engineering, and regulated taxation. He described these as his enduring monuments, which the Allies cannot take from me. For Napoleon, the true legacy was not battlefields but infrastructure and education financed outside the grip of usury. Footnote: Napoleon demonstrated that state-directed finance could achieve growth without perpetual debt.